Sound check. Sound check. But many men wish death upon me. Lord, am I again? I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. Niggas trying to take my life away. Hey, Edso, what up, G? What up, G? I saw your edits recent, the Ibrahimovic and Shido edit. That was dope, bro. That was cool. That was cool. Tough shit, tough shit. So today we're doing a tribute to the legendary Jimpachi Ego. So as you might know, guys, Ego is one of the reasons why people watch Blue Lock mostly. You know, it's because it has something to do with our ego. It had something to do with our ego. Hey, so what up, G? What up, G? I saw your edit. So what I have to say about Jimpachi Ego is that that guy is impressive, you know. From a character standpoint, from anime, he gave us an idea that we can devour the world. So, sound check. Yeah, I don't know if the sound is as good as it should be or. But that's pretty much decent. So, welcome to the chat. So today we're going to talk about Jimpachi Ego and the changes that he has done to us as Blue Lock fans, you know. It's not only about the Japan U20 team or only about Isagi because these stories are not written for the fictional characters that are in Blue Lock. The stories are not written for Isagi, they're not written for Bachira or anything like that. But this is a story for us to get something to change ourselves or to rebuild ourselves. I don't think you're a One Piece fan if you don't have. Oh, God. My God. Yeah. This internet thing is quite depressing now. But I don't think you're a One Piece fan if you don't have some spirit of adventure, you know. It also uh it's also the same when it comes to Blue Lock. It is also the same when it comes to Blue Lock because Blue Lock is more of a egotistical series. It's more of a ego type of manga. So does it resonate with your ego? That's my question for today. Like how did it let's go at so like how did ego change you as an individual? Because I wanna devour people right now. Each and everything I do, I have goals and I set it with someone at the top and then I'm just gonna devour that person. That's my mechanism right now. Right now I operate to devour people not only when I play football or something like that, but when it comes to everything, you know, I don't wanna be second rate or I don't wanna be second to someone else. I want the number one position. That's the only thing I want. I want to be the best. When it comes to streaming, when it comes to business, when it comes to football, anything I do or anything I love and resonates with, I just want to become the best. So that's the blue lock type of feeling that you get, because we've been restricted by the world a lot. It's facts, Chi. It's facts, Etsu. Like we've been restricted by the world so much that we are afraid of showing our egos at all. No one can truly be egotistical without being afraid of what someone else will say about them, which is kind of scary to me. How was I living in such a world? Being afraid of what people will say because I'm chasing something I want. That's so lukewarm. Like, that's so. It's not even second rate, it's third rate because the second position, you are so close to number one, you're fighting for that. Second position is better than being last. So, being afraid of what people will say is quite bad. Being afraid of hurting people's feelings is not something I'm afraid of since I've watched Blue Lock. Like I've truly grown to that level where I don't want. I'm not afraid of offending people. Like if you don't want to talk to me at all, like if me and you have to cut ties right now, it's fine. But trust me, I'll chase my ego till the day I die. Hey yo, Ratiri, how are you? How are you, Chief? But as Blue Lock fans, I think that our ego is quite twisted. Ego now. I don't want anything that will tear me down. That's easy, my G. Danko. Anything that will tie me down right now. Nah. Don't try to restrict my ego at all. Oratide is on the chat, Ed Soul is on the chat. So you guys might know the fact that we try to get liked or to get appreciated by other people at all. When you try to fit in, that's the worst thing you can do for me. Trying to fit in is the hardest thing I've been doing at all because when you look at it, I never wanted to have friends at all. Nah, it's not about friends. Nah. Those kind of things, having people that will like you, having a social standard, it's something that's not valuable at all. Nothing's beneficial when it comes to that. You know, nothing is quite beneficial. Nothing is quite beneficial. But Jimpachi Ego brought us to a world whereby we could embrace ego. You know, embracing ego is what greatest things that I've ever done. Go work, go work, Etsu, go work. Like embracing ego is one of the best things that has ever happened to me as an individual. Because why not? Why do we have to be afraid of egotistical? Because when you look at people who are egotistical around you, they are actually successful in everything you may assume, but egotistical people are really successful, not only in Blue Lock, but in the real life world. I'm telling you about the greatest ego. In a way, Nagi has embraced his ego. Yeah, he has embraced his ego. He's willing to sell his. He tried to stay in Blue Lock's path and get liked by ego, or Nagi was like, nah, ego doesn't matter at all. To do it. So W to Nagi for that. Sometimes we may ask ourselves that the people who are on top they sold their souls. Why? But wouldn't you do the same thing? Like I know I would. I know I would do the same thing. W. If someone fetched me and like sell your soul right now to be one of the best, I would be like, okay, let me do it today. No problem. Sign me up. I will sell my soul because why Yeah, at soul, my sound is not working. Cheers, always, as always. It's up. If it's not my sound, it's my internet, but it's fine. But you guys, how selfish do you be to chase your own ego? Like, sound check. At soul is going swimming. That's quite an adventure right there. But today's topic is very much interesting to me. Today's topic is very much interesting to me because no one decided to teach me about ego. Maybe it's because I didn't have quite the father figure around me, or I had no one else like brothers and friends. But no one told us that ego is very much important. Wanting the best for yourself. You know, even Oratile mentioned that you need to cut the dead weight and just focus on yourself. Cut all the dead weight, because rubbing shoulders sometimes doesn't benefit you at all. There's no theory from shape, like there's no theory from cuddling with people or hoping that people will comfort you, or like that's only what you need to cope, dog. That's what I think. But if you're willing to go through everything for your own dreams, that's the next level that I'm trying to get to. Sometimes we fail to do things, but we don't have to hold ourselves down. We don't have to hold ourselves down because even though things in Blue Lock are just, it's a stereotype. In Blue Lock, you can make mistakes and come back, but in the real life world, once you make a costly mistake, coming back from that is quite difficult. I'm telling you, even if you're in school right now, dog, make sure that you get the most out of the education they give you at school. Try to suck out each and every information out of school. Like if you are around people who will say that school is boring, school is a system, get out of there, dog. Get out of there. Move out of that place because information is what will drive you, dog. It shouldn't be only about manga and what you call. This is what we should do for recreation, just to get ourselves busy. But when it comes to the real world, dog, we should also strive for the best. I don't think we should fight for being cool or trying to fit in any social or situation we are in. Fitting in is the last thing we should do. But using our ego to fight for the best is something not everyone would do. Not everyone puts their ego first. Not everyone is egotistical at all times. Not everyone is just. Some people were born like that. I won't lie. Because when I look at it, I'm like, there were egotistical guys around me who I thought that they were just insane, or they didn't think of other people, or but I treated egotistical people like they were trash or something. To me, if you had ego, you were just delusional to me, but I see that I was the one who was second rate stuff, like living a life without ego at all, without that burning passion of wanting to be the best, of being number one. That's the worst way I had to live my life. And when you don't have an ego, you have you have more time to lie to yourself. Lying to yourself is one of the things that can kill you as an individual. You don't have to lie for yourself. You just need to do a self introspection on what you like to do. Like, what do you love? If your passion is with soccer, or your passion is to be a doctor, or to be anything else, be that. Don't look at what other people are doing and be like, I wanna do that. Nah. But try to find yourself, you know. Try to find yourself. But you don't have infinite time though. Like, time is not on your side. Unless you're willing to go maybe an extra mile and live a checkered life where you don't sleep and you just keep on trying things out. But those that give themselves time are the ones that evolve the most. When you look at yourself and you just break down, like, the way Isagi does in Blue Lock, the way Isagi does it, you need to break yourself down. Like, you just need to look at yourself and be like, how am I doing now? And one of the most interesting things about Blue Lock and how it's been going is that they've never shamed a person who's crying. In Blue Lock, no man who cried in Blue Lock was just treated trashly or so. Now, we understand your tears when it comes to Blue Lock, losing your dreams, losing your hope, or just every despair that the characters in Blue Lock went through. As much as Isagi cries, but you understand why he does that. Sometimes falling behind is quite the most devastating to ever happen to an individual. Falling behind is one of the most dangerous things that can happen to you or to us as people, but you need to have that fire in you to just stand up and keep going. You can sit down and cry, but don't sit down and rest. Even though things aren't going your way, and even though you seem like, or you feel like things are just out of control, or spiraling out of control, what Jimpachi told me is that it's fine. Take a look, evolve, break yourself down. That's Blue Lock to me. No matter what kind of wall I face, I need to look at myself and break myself down to evolve. Evolution is the key. Evolution is the key. I don't want to do the same things I was doing yesterday. Nah, that's the worst kind of, like, if yesterday I was doing something that's negative, or that brings me down, I don't want to do it again tomorrow. No ways. Like, that's not I. That doesn't resonate with the type of story I am into, or the type of things that I'm into. No, you can never let things slide. You can never let things slide, because each and every opportunity that we get, each and every opportunity we get is not to be underestimated with. It is not to be underestimated with, and covering up situations with excuses. Excuses won't do shit. Like, I really, really understand the fact that excuses won't work. You don't have time to make excuses when it comes to situations you're facing. You need to be always there 100%. You need to be locked in. You need to be in the zone each and every day. So that's why it is important to tap into the zone willingly. One of the greatest topics in Blue Lock, the zone, or something like that, where you reach 100% focus, or where you can exert yourself fully. Like, you can fully exert yourself and be competitive. Like you need that type of fire, the type of ego to be always present in any kind of situation. I don't want people to be one upping me at all. Mm-mm. No ways. Not in my watchdog. You can't take the number one position like that. Why? We need to fight for that number one position, even if it means that I don't care. I can let people like go go forward while I stand back and clap for them. Nah, that type of ego has died. That type of ego has died. The ego where I don't participate and don't partake. I don't have that kind of ego anymore. The kind of ego I have right now is to move forward and just keep on grinding. Keep on grinding. Like being number one is just number one right now. My number one priority is being number one. And that's all thanks to Jimpachi Ego. No. Even though he is a man of few words, but ego will tell you that you are insane if the only thing that doesn't bring you joy is your own goals. Like your own goals should be the only thing that brings you joy. Like your own goals. I don't care how small your goals are. Even if your goal is like small, just plan on that goal, execute that goal, and make sure it happens. That's the only thing that ego is trying to pass on to us. Or the story, the writer of prologue is like, you guys, you need to lock in. You need to fucking lock in and be the best, because being the best is just beneficial for everyone. Look at your family. Your family wants you in the best position you can be. They might have their own perspective or their own dreams, but they want to see you as the best. Don't you want to see yourself as the best? Of course you fucking do. you know so why not, let's devour the world one time. Let us devour the world. I don't care what it takes to do that, but I will do that. I will try to devour the world. Not even try, like I will come up with logical ways to reach the top. And even when I'm at the top, I won't be satisfied, because satisfaction is what kills talent. Satisfaction kills talent, and that's what ego told us, that you can't be satisfied in any position, in any way or form. Don't be satisfied, because once you get satisfied, you lose your talent. Like if you think that you are the best in your school when it comes to soccer, or if you think that you are the best in your team when it comes to soccer, you are not the best enough. You have the world to devour them. You shouldn't settle for being the best in your neighborhood or being the best in your township. Those are ego's weird stuff. Like being the best in your own township is not enough. Being the best in the neighborhood is not enough. But you have to be the best around the world, because only those who chase the number one position, only those who are crazy enough to chase the first position will make it, talking that. You will get some competition out there, but get logical ways to beat that competition, because we saw that in prayer, we saw that God is unfair, dog. There are people who are certainly talented in such a way that it is annoying, dog. Someone with so much talent, like all the talent you can need to take over the world. And then there might be you, an average Joe out there. So should you be worried, or should you be sitting in a corner or something like that? No. I'll take on the world even if I'm average. I'll take on the world, because why not? What other thing? What's best? Should I just stand back and clap for everyone else while they take the number one position? Ain't no. That's not a solution, and it will never be a solution. It's not even a way out, because when you look at it, that's being cowardly. Like you don't want to have ego because you're afraid of what people will say. Like there are types of egos that you have, even if you're afraid of being egotistical, you're still restricting yourself. And Isagi mentioned that as restrictive ego. You're putting yourself down, you're just pulling yourself down, or you're just putting yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable, and maybe you don't even notice it, because sometimes you don't notice what drives you down. You won't know until you sit down and look at yourself. And if if what's driving you doesn't match with what you want, you have to break yourself down, evolve, and adapt. I know Isagi does it best because he's a fictional character. Isagi is a fictional character, but we, on the other hand, have to do it for us to survive. Like, we have to evolve for us to survive. We have to have the best ego for us to survive. If you don't have that, you're gonna get devoured, and those that stand on the top will benefit everything while you to watch from the sidelines. From the sidelines, like, that's the last thing I wanna do. As old as I am right now, no one is going to put me in the sidelines, though. Not even a talented person. I don't care how much talent you have, but I have to be there. I don't care if it takes logic or if it takes what. I don't care. Not that I'm against people who are talented or something like that, but I don't know, maybe I'm talented as an individual, but I won't get satisfied by my own talent. Yeah. My kind of ego doesn't allow me to be satisfied. And ego's philosophy doesn't want anybody to be satisfied at all. That's why I'm doing this stream for ego, because ego has changed how we need to do things. Like, if you are really, really a Blue Lock fan and you're just watching Blue Lock from a standpoint that it's fine, it's just entertainment. No, it's not. Bro, you need to lock in. You need to lock in. You need to be competitive, though. Like, that's the only way, because then life becomes more interesting. No one is getting more girls. If I want to participate, you can't get more girls than me. You know, forever, man. Like, I don't know how many opportunities I've lost. I don't know how many positions I've lost because I was afraid of being egotistical. You know, like, I know you should draw the line somewhere somehow, but being afraid of ego made me lose out on a lot of opportunities. Being afraid of being number one, I didn't want to be the only one to be on top. Why did I want to bring people to the top position? I don't know, but that itself killed my own talent as an individual, because I didn't want to be the best. I I was afraid of the spotlight of being the best. Why? Because being the best, it comes with certain things, stuff. Like, you will lose so much from being in the number one position as an individual. You will lose so much. Like, I don't lie. I don't want to lie. But
Bluetooth mode.
people have lost themselves being afraid of ego. Being afraid of ego. So, what type of ego do you have? Do you have what it takes to turn this world upside down? Because trust me, you do need it. You need the ego to take the world upside down. Have no cold drink. What you saying? What you saying?
Call it the result of our country's characteristic thoughtfulness. But in all other aspects of the sport, we are second rate. Let me ask you this. What is soccer? Is it about 11 players working together? The bonds that you form, self-sacrifice, fighting for your teammates. That kind of... I'll tell you the right answer. Soccer is about one thing. Scoring more goals than your opponent.
How crazy is that? Huh? You tell me how crazy Ego is.
Whoever scores the most is the best. End of story. If you just want a fun game with your pals, then fuck off.
Whoa! Whoa. Ego, wait.
What's with this guy?
What's with Ego?
Japan's team.
Let's start this afresh.
A pity. You're all seriously ill, it seems.
Hmm?
Lock off. Anyone who wants to leave can go. Are your perspectives truly this limited? You'd rather be...
Are your perspectives truly that limited? You'd rather be the best in your township, or you'd rather be the best in your own hood, or where you live with your own friends? Do you want to be the best with your friends or the best with the world? Tell me.
High schooler in his soccer backwater than the world's best striker?
Do you have what it takes?
The future of Japan is in your hands? It's enough to make a man weep. What? Listen up. There's no denying.
Oh my god, our shallow egos are enough to make an old man weep. Our fucking shallow egos are enough to make an old man weep. Like,
Japanese soccer's first-rate teamwork. Call it the result of our country's characteristic thoughtfulness. But in all other aspects of the sport, we are second-rate. Let me ask you this. What is soccer? Is it about 11 players working together?
is it about you being the best? Or is it about you doing what it takes, dog? Like, what the fuck? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. We have to take this into consideration. Like, Ego is cooking something. Like, the writer of Blue Lock is cooking something right here.
For your teammates. That kind of thinking is why this country's game has remained weak. I'll tell you the right answer. Soccer is about one thing. Scoring more goals than your opponent does. Whoever scores the most...
Yep. Life is about one thing, guys. Surviving, and that's the only thing. Like, I, I don't wanna lie. You need to survive. That's what life is about. Maybe Blue Lock is about goals or soccer is about goals, but you need to survive. I promise you, in every kind of situation you face, in any shape or form, survival is key. Survival is key. If you don't survive,
is the best. End of story. If you just want a fun game with your pals, then fuck off. What's with this guy? He's freaking nuts. Japan's team isn't weak. Do you mean the same losers who have never claimed a single World Cup? You're either the best there is or you're trash. Got it?
it's either we are the best of it or we are trash. Got it? Like, since I'm not the best streamer in the world right now, I'm trash. That's it. It's either I'm winning or I'm losing. But right now, I'm losing. There's no other way. You know? And if I'm trash, I have to do something.
Instead of assisting my teammates to win 1-0, it feels better to pull off a hat trick and lose 3-4. This direct quote from Noel Noah, who beat out Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Ballon d'Or, tells us how highly the world's best striker values your precious teamwork. Here's one from Eric Cantona. I don't care about my team. I just want to stand out. And from Pele, the world's best forward, midfielder, defender, and goalkeeper. Whichever you ask about, the answer...
You won't drive without it. Kumbela minchelela. Yes, minchelela. You need that ego. Without ego, I don't understand how you plan
Look
such a
at
thing.
this! Pretty awful, right? But there are 300,000 players in history, and they're all egoists down to the very core. That's what Japanese soccer is lacking.
Mm, 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 mm.